Sweet friends, it is Ann coming to you on a Monday evening again. Hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. And for you replay watchers, I want to say hello. Appreciate you being here. Let me know that you watched on replay. Hashtag replay, and I would like to welcome you and thank you for watching on the replay. And we're going to get started here. We are going to finish the other side of our haunted house. If you've seen that live the other day, we are going to finish the other side because you guys know that I like to have double-sided items. So I feel like you get more for your money, and you know, you can turn your piece around and use it longer in the season. And you know, if you get bored of your decor, you can just switch it out. So good storage solution. You only have one piece to worry about instead of two, and just get more for your money. I'm going to turn it down so you guys can see better. I'm watching my camera to see if, let's see if I can, okay, I don't see any comments. Well, that's not cool. Hopefully the comments will pop up here in just a second. Yeah, I don't have any comments popping up. Okay, well, that's okay. We're just gonna rock on with it. I am using Minwax water-based stain. They have very little odor, and this one is weathered oak, and that's what I'm gonna use first. And then we're gonna add, I'm looking for my tool, vintage blue. Let me make sure that that's okay. Sometimes I'll call them something different. Vintage blue in to kind of blend it together. And that's vintage blue. To just kind of give it a fun background, because we're going to be working with our wildflower ghosts today. Alright, I do see my comments, so that's working. So hopefully I'll be able, oh, that was a glare on there. Let me see if I can hold that up better. This is the wildflower ghosts. Maybe you'll be able to see that better. I am going to use my stain sponges from Harbor Freight. And I need to go and get me some more. You can also order them from Amazon, but I have not tried the ones from Amazon, so I cannot speak to how they are. I do like the ones from Harbor Freight, but I haven't made it to Harbor Freight yet, so I will check on that the next time we are out and about. I use these 8 times, one in each corner on each side, so let's get this on here first. Move it over a little bit. And I have not done the sides yet, so I'll wait and see what color I want to do the sides. Right now, I just want to get this stain on, and then I will worry about the sides on whether I want to go ahead and stain them or if I want to do them black. I let my piece talk to me to let me know what color to use. And I just love this weathered oak. It's such a beautiful color, and you can see that grain. This one, both of the colors are semi-transparent. I buy both. I buy the semi-transparent and the transparent one. If you wanted, how am I going to say it? If you wanted more coverage, the solid would be better. I like seeing the grain, so I'm okay with the semi-transparent. And the other thing you can do is you can apply a couple of coats. You know, I said I was going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and stain the sides up already while I have it. That way I don't have to worry about coming back and doing it. And then if I want to add anything to it, I can come back and do that. I'm going to stand up real quick. And if you did not see the Halloween site, if you want to see how that was created, you can go over to my YouTube channel and check that out there. Just notice I've got an orange spot, so I'm going to have to sand that down. Or I'll come back in with the black and add black to my edge. Because a little orange spot is going to bother me. But that's easily sanded out, so that'll be no problem. I'm going to go back over this. I like standing and get this the way I want it. It's just easier for me. And I'm just going to go take the other side and add a little bit of that blue, because this is going to be our background. This is our ghost background. Spam is calling me. I'm dabbing it off on my coffee filters. If it is getting too sticky, I must say, just spritz it with a little bit of water. And then you can blend better. I just want like a hazy background. And those are our little friendly ghosts. And it'll all make sense here in a moment. It's coming in from the edges. Let that dry. Go ahead and cap this back off. I'm going to make a little bit of noise. We'll dry that off here in just a moment. And then we're going to apply one more color. Like I said, I wanted a ghostly background, so to speak. Sorry for the noise. But I want to make sure that these are sealed really well. And if I don't do it now, I'll forget and either spill it or they won't get sealed all the way. I am going to add a little bit oyster pearl for some shimmer. But I want to dry it first. I know that's a crazy looking background. And for our transfers to adhere, we have to have a very, very dry surface. Whether it is stain or paint, we have to have dust-free, oil-free, wax-free surface. So we got to make sure that all of this is good and dry before we apply any of our transfers to it. I'm going to add some oyster pearl. I can take my gloves off now, okay now. I save my gloves. I don't just take them off and throw them away. I'm very frugal in that department. And I've also linked, not just the ghost, I've also linked the Halloween transfer bundle and the fall transfer bundle. If you want a quick craft, something that you can do quickly, and I'm going to use a 1-inch chip brush. And see that color? It's so pretty. I'm going to make sure I don't have much on my brush. Just adding some shimmer to the background. That's all I'm doing. Just to make it shimmery and shiny. So our little ghosts, when you walk by and you look at them, it'll look like they are floating. I am not looking for full coverage. I just want some here and there. Add a little bit more in that middle right here. We didn't need much, and this was a oyster pearl metallic from Decor. But if you're needing something fast, quick, in a hurry, trying to make something for your craft fair or craft show, well, that's weird. I don't know why that's stuck there, but maybe because I had the edge done. This is our background right now, and this is our other side. I'm not sure why that's stuck. I'm going to dry it again. Hello, Miss Rita and Marilyn. How are you ladies doing? How is Alabama? Miss Marilyn, where are you from? I cannot remember. I try to remember places. How is your weather? Are you guys hot, humid? We had, sounded like a thunderstorm coming through, but it really didn't do much. But it did rain overnight. This is going to be a really fun piece. You know, I am going to sand this. You know, I always sand it. But does it not look like a little ghostly background? That's why I added both colors in here. I am going to use my paper towel and wipe it back. Hello, Miss Donna. Donna in the house. Well, you can't see it, but sometimes you get a little bit of residue from your sanding. So I always wipe it back. Got a little bit on there, but not much. I'll move this out of the way for some reason or another. That wants to stick to it. Get rid of that. It's probably because I just stained the edge and it just got stuck on there. Now we're gonna take our ghosts, and I've got a branch. This branch is from the bird transfer. I don't know if any of you remember this one. The vintage bird transfer, and I used Trying to find the twig on here. Nope. This one right here. I used that twig right there because I needed a tree branch. And I know this transfers of fall. So I am going to go cut all these little green things off. Because I don't need them. So I'm going to cut as close as I can. And I'm just cutting those little green buds off. And that's all I'm cutting off. It's just that little green bud. And you'll see it will make sense here in a moment on what we are doing. Let me use my other scissors for this one to get in this small space. I cannot hold it on that side. So I just want to show you some ways that you can add detail and use elements from other stencil transfer sets to get what you are needing. You can also use, there is a stencil set that has tree branches in there that you can stencil on here. We could have stenciled that on there, but I wanted to keep everything together with tree branches and transfers. That's why I needed a tree branch. She's only got a little branch. I wanted a bigger branch because I want her to swing from the side to side. So she is going to swing right there, and I want to make sure that it goes all the way to the edge. And then this branch is going to interact as soon as I can get this put on here. I'm going to hold it in my hand. It's easier for me to hold it and lay it down. There we go. Yeah. So it's going to overlap. Take it off. I am going to lay this back down so I kind of know. I'm laying it at an angle so it looks like she is swinging. I'm laying this part down because I know this is exactly where I want it. And then I can lay this part over it in just a moment. Hope that makes sense. You keep missing me. I miss you too. I am glad that you are here. I appreciate you hopping on. I've been missing so many. It's been a busy week for me this week. Why? I don't know, but it's just been busy. And just busy with little things, nothing major. And another tip, if you cannot pick your transfer up, if you don't have nails, if you can't get under it, just use a piece of tape and lift it. And I do miss you guys when you're not here. But I've missed so many creators. I've got a whole bunch of replays to watch. I did not list the vintage birds because I honestly don't know if that one is still available. I did love that one. That was a fantastic transfer. But if you're looking for quick and easy projects for a craft fair that you just need some fillers, some smalls, the transfers, the Halloween and the fall transfer set, the bundle, it is discounted. And you will find a lot of things in there that you can make some smalls with, little shelf sitters, blocks, or for tiered trays, just different things. But I wanted to show you how you can combine a bunch of little transfers together and create a kind of like a collage, like it's telling a little story. I'm coming to the end right here. I want to make sure I am not gonna miss anything. All right, there we have our branch. And see, now that we cut the greenery off, you can even tell that it is not a fall branch. And now I have to experiment. At first, I was going to put this up here by itself, but I am going to lay it over top of that branch and transform it into a fall branch. I just don't know if I wanted. Well, experiment. This is how I experiment with things. I hold it at the parts that don't have any print, and then I'm gonna have to stand up so I can see it. And then I'm gonna stand over top to see if I want it this way, or if I wanna lay it this way. What do you guys think? This way? Or this way? I don't know, I kind of like it this way better. It fills out that branch more. All right, I'm committing. And remember that little branch right here is going to go over top of that. And that's how you layer and build up your design. And now it looks like a flowering branch. You can still see the branch through here. You can see the branch right here. But now it has leaves and flowers on it. Maybe it's a little flowering bush. Like I said, I like telling stories with my pieces. And I appreciate you guys sprinkling out the whimsy. If you could do that for me, that would be great. I would appreciate that very much. And that just means to share it out so that others can get inspired and encouraged. And if you're interested in any of the halfway to Halloween sets, which is fall and Halloween, or the individual ones, those are all restocks from previous seasons. It's like everybody's favorites. I don't know how many are left individually. But if you're interested in any of it that you've missed maybe the last time around, or they were such a hit that you used all your transfers up, or you're missed out on a stencil, you can use my code WK21 and save an extra 10%, which is always great. Or you can just use the link if you have a gift card or a reward. you could just use my link and I will still get credit for that, and I appreciate that so much, helping a girl out. Those little things do make a difference, and all of us ambassadors and creators appreciate it very much. We don't take anything for granted that you do for us, or at least I don't. And yes, you can do transfer over transfer, and that is so cool. You can stencil over transfers, you can transfer over to stencils. And I am just rubbing it in and lifting, rubbing it in and lifting. Now I'm going to come to the other side over here because I don't want to go and accidentally pull it off and have something that is not adhered yet. So I'll come at it from a different direction. And meet in the middle. So what's your start to the week look like? Did you have a good start? Did you get things accomplished you wanted to? Did you watch any parades for early 4th of July parades? And look how pretty that looks. See how beautiful that turned out? I'm waiting to make sure that it is in the camera. Now we can add our little swinging ghost friend. And see, nobody will ever know that that branch came from a different set. I'm going to stand back up again so that I can look over top. And I want this part to be off the board as if that branch is coming in from the outside. Okay, that will cover up the... Right, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to lay it down, but I do not want this branch to adhere. So I am just going to hold it up. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that piece, I'm going to stick that under there because I don't want that to transfer down. I'm just going to transfer to right here. And I use the shiny side. Because I didn't want it to go into my flower. So, just a little trick. If you don't want something to transfer, hold it up. Put your backer sheet back under it. Because see, my flower is right there. And I didn't want that to interfere with my flower. Now I can just go and get the rest of it done. And just so that I will not lay that back down, I'm going to cut it off. And see, that is the piece that I did not transfer on. Saying our little ghost friend is swinging. She's having a fun time. She's hanging out and waiting for her friends to come. And we'll add our friends in just a moment. And when you're using transfers, if you have a creative background, a fun background, your transfers are so amazing. They will pop. They will make your piece. Sometimes you just need a simple background. You don't even need anything elaborate. But isn't she just darling? She is so cute. And stay tuned for new things to come. I know July is Christmas in July, so I will be doing some Christmas crafts. Let me know if you want me to do all Christmas in July, or if you want a variety of things. If you want some fall, Halloween, and Christmas. You let me know what your interest is. And when I say Christmas in July, it might not be just Christmas. It may also be winter. Because I like creating for winter. And look at her swinging. Is that just not too cute? And you can't even see that transition right here. Let me show you. See where that transition took place? You can even tell. And now that background with the colors makes sense. The design makes sense. And now we have this little cutie. She is down here with a little jack-o'-lantern. Like I said, this is a whole ghost family hanging out, having fun. Getting ready for Halloween. And I'm off-centering her. She will not be directly in the middle. She is off-centered a little bit. And maybe he's the boy. He doesn't have too much flowers on the bottom, so maybe he's the boy. That's a little girl, and this one is our little boy. He's just in the flowers with his jack-o'-lantern. Do you say jack-o'-lantern, or do you say just carved pumpkin? You know, in Germany, we didn't have Halloween when I was growing up. We never carved a pumpkin. It wasn't until I came here that I learned about Halloween. And then I don't know how many years ago, Germany started having Halloween decor and things like that. Where I grew up at, we did not have Halloween. We have other things, but we didn't have Halloween. We had, cannot remember, I want to say it's November 9th, but don't hold me to it. We would take our lanterns, our paper lanterns, and go around from house to house and sing. That was Martin Luther Day. And we would sing songs and had our little lantern and would go around and our little candy sacks. That was fun. coming up from the bottom to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I'm holding it down with my finger right here because I don't want to lose anything. And if you accidentally pull it off and not everything came up, then you could lay it back down and rub it back in. I think we did good. I always try to push it back down. And another thing, do not touch your hand too much, especially in the summer when it is really hot and humid. The oils from your hands will, you will have problems with your stencils to adhere. We got these two cute little pumpkins. He's, you know, sitting there with his little jack-o'-lantern. So now we're gonna add these two cuties. And this one is gonna go right down here. And this one is going in this corner. And then we've got some other little flowers we're going to add to it. Like I said, we're building a little village here, a little ghost village that are celebrating fall and Halloween. And they're having fun, being mischievous. And I'll put this one pretty far down to the bottom. I might not have to add any ground under him. He might be fun. Do you have any questions? And again, let me know if you want me to do winter and Christmas in July, or if you want me to do a mix. And stay tuned, I've got some cool things happening. I love the white pumpkins. I just think they are so pretty. Hey, Miss Sherry, how are you? Can you guys hear me good? Or do I need to talk louder? How is Miss Sherry doing? How is your weather? Did you guys get storms the last couple of days? I know it's gonna get hot here, or even hotter than what it is now in the next few days. We're supposed to have a couple of 100+ days. I hope that it's not too bad with the humidity. The heat isn't bad, but the humidity. Then we got these two little flowers we're gonna add in here. I'm gonna put the little bigger flower right here and then add the little flower to the end over there. Just making it pretty. It's a good way to use up some of your little transfer pieces that you might not know what to do with. Just embellish your piece. And if you've missed the haunted house on the other side, if you like creating for Halloween and you want to know how that was done, you can hop over to my YouTube channel. And I would appreciate it if you give me a follow here on Facebook or subscribe to the YouTube. That will make my heart happy. I just think this pulls it all together a little bit. makes it cohesive. And like I said, these are little mischievous ghosts. They're up to no good. They're just having fun. They're not up to no good. They're just enjoying their time playing tricks. See, our scenery is getting together. They're celebrating Halloween. And then we got this little girl, and she is just floating in midair. She is dancing. She's dancing in midair. She's having a good time. I want to turn her a little bit. She's just floating around, having fun. And see, we can do that with ghosts that don't have to have a ground underneath. Hot and humid. You can hear just fine good. Sometimes I don't know if my voice carries. I'm naturally talking louder because of my husband. Don't know if he has selective hearing or if he really has a problem hearing. So I'm naturally talking louder. What do you think about this piece so far? Is the story making sense? Is it fun? I think I need to write a little story card, little tag to go with these so that people can read the story that go with the piece. I just think that will be fun. But you can make up your own story. If you purchase this piece, you can come up with your own story on what they are doing. Hear the four-wheeler. I hope you can't hear that. The little boy across the street is riding his four-wheeler in the yard. She's coming together. And I'm going to show you one other thing here real quick. That is so cute. I'm going to make her a she. I know we said that this might be a boy, but I still got a lot of empty space. So I cut out this little flower. And I'm going to put that on her head as a crown. As a little flower crown. Kind of like we do with our Highlander. She has a little flower crown. Dress her up. Plus that matches with the top. So you have repeating pattern. There's also some bows in that set. You can add bows to your little ghosts. And then I've got a couple of bits. Do we want to add some bits in here? We'll cut them out and spread them out. Let me know in the comments whether we need to add a couple of bits in here. The bats are playing with the ghosts. We actually do have real bats, live bats, and we actually found a dead one in the yard the other day. My daughter did. I'm not sure what happened to that little one. But he was laying in the yard. Thank goodness the cats or the dog didn't find it, or the chickens. We also have an owl somewhere that lives close by. And sometimes if I have a stubborn spot, I just use my fingernail and scrape it across. And sometimes that seems to help if something doesn't want to adhere well. Now that's so cute. All right, yes to the bats or no to the bats? I've got a big one and I will hold it up here in a minute. We've got some little ones. Got our 3 little ghosts. Let's see, which one is the bigger one? Maybe like that. I mean, I got 2 more bats, so we can put 5 on here if we wanted to. I'm going to wait just a moment to see what you guys say. Or we can put 1 up here and then put 1 down here. See, put the smaller one up here and that one down here. That looks good. That'll fill things out a little bit. So let me see what you guys say. Thank you, Rita. Yes to the bats. And you know, the closer they are, the bigger they are, the further away, the smaller they are. So I am going to use the bigger one to the bottom. I just think this is a fun piece. This is just a fun little storytelling piece. And the background, for those of you that missed it, we used weathered oak stain first all over the board. And then we added a little bit of the vintage blue in and kind of mixed it up. And then we came in with oyster pearl from Decor and added that just sporadically here and there, dry brushed it on there to give it a little bit of shimmer. And if you really wanted to give your ghost some shimmer, you can use diamond dust. And add a little diamond dust. I'm not going to, but you could. Excuse me. Our last little happy bat. And I am going to sand over it. I always sand over it one more time just to make sure everything is in. I don't rub really hard. This is 120, but I've used it so much that I'm sure it is not 120 anymore. And there is that. Now I think I'm going to come in with that rust color and frame everything in a little bit. We got 10 minutes. Let me see what color would work. That might be a good color. Also gonna get this one out. The way I look and see what color, I shake it up, of course, open up my color and then set it down, and I think that one will be the better choice. They both will work. I think I'm going to go with the darker one, and the darker one is Traditional Burnt Sienna. Oh, that's way too much paint. And I'm just going to use one of those Dollar Tree scruffy brushes because I don't want much color on there. I just want to frame it up. Now down here at the bottom, I might add a little bit more just to kind of frame it in. There's some dirt around our little pumpkins. And then we'll just, oh, that brush is shedding. We'll just frame this in a little bit and it will bring everything together, and also will make the metallic pop a little bit. Need a little bit more paint. I just love how the tree branch came together, and if you have never tried that, putting different stencils together, and I think I'm going to use that to frame that in the outside edge. Try it. Just use different stencils because I needed the tree branch extended, and with the way I layered it, you can't even tell that that is 3 different transfers put together. So don't, you know, it would have looked funny if I would have just had her with that one little branch. So look at your transfers, look at your stencils, and see what you can do with it. And I'm definitely going to use this color to do the outside edge. And you've noticed I am not going in just one single line. I'm coming in and going out. I have to turn it around so I can see. that looks much better now that it is framed in. And we can even just add a little bit here and there. Just very lightly introduce that color in here as well. And it's very light. It's just pulling everything together. If you have too much, just take a cotton swab, wet it, and wipe it back. All right, this is what I have for you this evening. So we have this on one side. And what would you guys say? Should I put a hanger on it? Because you can put it on the door. It can be a door hanger. And I would do a wire hanger. 2 eye hooks and a wire hanger. Or should we leave it as a leaner? This is one side. And then this is our other side. And that was all done with stain too, the background. And then of course the amazing transfer. So should we leave it as a leaner or should we make it a hanger? Oh, thank you, Rita. I just, you know, like I said, I just think it came together like she is swinging, and by angling it, it looks like she is swinging. She is floating. She's a ghost. She can be in the middle. That one is playing with his little jack-o'-lantern in the middle of a pumpkin patch. I mean, I don't think it just tells a story. So what do you guys think? Hanger or no hanger? And let me grab our blessing box while you guys let me know. This is out of Isaiah 12:2, and it says, God has come to save me. The Lord God is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. Isaiah 12:2. God has come to save me. The Lord God is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. Rise above the storm, and you will see the sunshine. And that is absolutely true. When we flew back and forth to Germany, trying to hold it to where there is not a glare on there. There we go. We had a thunderstorm beneath us, but we were above the clouds. And it was blue sky, sun was out, and the cloud below us and the thunderstorm below us was the most amazing picture. It just blew my mind. It was just amazing. Hanger. Yeah, it does look great as a leaner. I mean, you can, you can sit it up on your mantle. That's what I'll picture it at, with some candles, some fall leaves. And you can sit it up on your mantle like that. And then turn it around and add this side. So you can have it either way. So I like it both ways. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a hanger or not. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll leave it to the person that wants to purchase it, whether they want a hanger or not. But if I do eye hooks, you can unscrew them real easily. Well, folks, that is it for tonight. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful evening, and hop over to the Central Stencil page, and I believe it's Amanda on, and if not, then one of the other amazing ambassadors will fill in and see what she is bringing us this evening. Hop over to the Essential Stencil page, check out the Western set, the Western Farmhouse, the what was the other one, Everyday Home, the Halfway to Halloween. There is a sale on that, so lots of sales going on, and we're getting ready in gear for Christmas, fall, and Halloween full blast. So have a great night. I'm gonna turn this back down so I can turn that off, and you guys have a super duper evening.